baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Oh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, yam, shimmy, yeah. Give me the mic so I can take it away. Off on the natural charge, bon voyage. Yeah, from the home of the Dodger Brooklyn squad. Wu-Tang Killer, bees on the swarm. Rain on your college ass disco dorm. For you to even touch my skill, you gotta go to one killer bee, and he ain't gonna kill now. Chop that down, pass it all around. Lyrics get hard, quick cement to the ground. For any MC in any 52 states, I get psycho. Killer Norman Bates, my producer slam. My flow is like bam, jump on stage, and then I did that. Oh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Oh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw.
Kirk Cousins. It's time for me to get on Kirk Cousins. It's time. Kirk Cousins, you're on the hot seat now. It's time. It's time. Don't think you was getting no leeway on my show. It's time. $84 million, ladies and gentlemen. $84 million. This man, Kirk Cousins, Captain Kirk, how you like that? Oh yeah, how you like this? $84 million was given to this brother to not even do too much. The Vikings wasn't asking him to be Joe Namath. The Vikings wasn't asking him to be Tom Brady. All the Vikings was asking for in Kirk Cousins was to at least show up during the big games. You got a good team around you. Just make the necessary passes, complete third down passes, all right? And you'll get to the Super Bowl easily with $84 million. That was all that was asked of this brother. And damn, he couldn't even do that. He couldn't even do that. The next episode of The Real Leel Show took place at the 5-spot soul food restaurant in Brooklyn, New York, in which I opened up the show. In case y'all ain't know, I am Brooklyn born and raised, so I had to show up. I never had my radio show home in Brooklyn before. Never performed in front of people before, so this was quite an experience. But I showed up.
To my man Jalil with The Real Leel Show. And let me tell you something. You know, I talk about the future of sports broadcasting. This man is it right here. This man knows his stuff. He comes prepared to work. He knows exactly what he knows how to project his voice. He is charismatic. So remember when I told you today that my man Jalil right here, and we will be staying in touch. He is the future of sports broadcasting. Stephen A, watch your ass. Watch your ass, son. Somebody, I think he might be from Brooklyn, too.
Yup, Brooklyn.
And I'm down with you. You beat the Queen, Stephen A. But you better be careful with Lil Baby.
Mommy, can I please watch The Real Leel Show, please?
Every day, there are news going on in sports and pop culture, and I give my takes on them. Ladies and gentlemen, we are finally home. New York City. Get ready for this great episode.
Is set, so check him out. He's dope and he knows what he's doing. Peace. That's your instrumental? Nobody. Yeah, we're gonna start and count of 5. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. I got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Lil, and I'm here to kick things off on this S.Street Media Live here at the 5-spot in Brooklyn, New York. Y'all know how I do, y'all know how I rock. I'm gonna bring you a brand new show. Obviously, I talk sports, that's what I do, and pop culture and politics. And I want to start it off with my opening statement called Just Another Day in America. The reason why I named it that was because there's a lot of things going on in America, obviously, as we know. The government is shut down. You got R.Kelly out here, doing what R.Kelly's doing. There's a lot of things going on. But one thing's for sure is that sports and pop culture galvanizes people together throughout all the things that goes on in this world. So now you have the Real Leel Show, and my job here is to give you my unique takes on these latest news. Obviously, if you saw the wild card weekend last week, there's a lot of things that struck me. Obviously, the Eagles won. The Cat missed a field goal. And obviously, when you watch the NFL this year, I'm going to be honest with you, when it comes to field goal kicking and kicking extra points this year, for some reason, what normally was automatic, all right, you just don't even know. It's like you on the edge of your seat. You don't even know if it's going in. And that's exactly what happened. Obviously, if you looked at the tape, it was actually partially blocked. The Cat caught a lot of flack. But, at the end of the day, he made those same mistakes before. So I'm not going to give the brother no leeway at all, to be honest with you. Because at the end of the day, you have one job and one job only. You don't play throughout the football game. You only kick field goals. You're on the bench eating hot dogs for half of the game. And when it's your time to come on the court, you got to do what you got to do. But on the Eagles side, I'll tell you this about the Eagles. The Eagles' offense seemed to go well with Nick Foles for some reason. I don't know what it is. It looks better with Foles than it is with Wentz. Now, I'm not saying that Wentz is not a better quarterback than Mick Foles. I'm not saying that by any means, because Wentz is more talented. He has a stronger arm. But when Foles is on the court, it's just like the offense won better. And he won the Super Bowl last year, obviously, beat the New England Patriots. And he played a good game then. And he played a good game in this game. So my thing is, listen, if Foles win another Super Bowl, I don't care if he does. Wentz is the guy. And they're going to go with Wentz. And that's just what it's going to be. But they have a tough matchup against the Saints this weekend. I don't expect them to win that game. I do expect it to be competitive because the Eagles are the defending champs, for crying out loud. But it will be competitive. I'll tell you that much. But the Eagles are lucky to have Foles at their disposal. Why? Because people was telling, the Eagles to ship him off. He just won a Super Bowl. The trade value is high. You got to move on from the Cat and get something in return. But who knew Wentz was going to be hurt again this year? And he was just that. And you see Foles doing his thing. Trubisky, he had a good game, throwing for 303 yards, 1 touchdown. Some nice passes on the final drive. Allen Robinson, obviously, 10 receptions, 143 yards, 1 touchdown. And the Bears defense that was so good throughout the whole year, they couldn't make that one play on 4th down, but Mick Foles made that play. But moving on to the next game, all right, the Chargers lost to the Ravens, all right, 23-17. And there's a lot of talk going on right now that Lamar Jackson should have been inserted out of the game and Joe Flacco should have been in the game. And I agree with that. I'm going to keep it a buck. I agree with that. Why? Because Joe Flacco, he won a Super Bowl, y'all. He won a Super Bowl. He has experience. The veteran leadership that he possessed, they should have inserted him in the second half. If I was a coach, and I'm not a coach by any means, but if I was a coach, he would have been on the football field because of his experience right there. Because obviously, with Lamar Jackson, you run the read option, right? The run first, set up Lamar Jackson. But obviously, it was not going to bring a team that was down by them as much points as they were down to come back and win that game. So you got a veteran leader on the bench right there that won a Super Bowl, that has playoff experience, that has a strong arm. He could have been able to come on the court and do what he needed to do. But obviously, they kept Lamar Jackson in, and the Chargers won that game. Now, the Chargers, obviously, this weekend on Sunday at 1 o'clock, will be playing the New England Patriots, who is the class of the AFC, who took over the AFC since 2001. All right, you name me a team of the last decade that's better than the Patriots over the last decade. The Warriors, maybe, but that's in another sport. We talking football here. Nobody. So the Chargers have their work done, ladies and gentlemen, Why? Because nobody expects them to win the game, and I damn sure don't expect them to win the game. But they have a team, they have a defense, they have a running game. Melvin Gordon, even though he's banged up, he will be able to play. You got Phillip Rivers, and Phillip Rivers, man, if you want to be known as one of them Mount Rushmore quarterbacks, you're going to have to play in this game and get this job done. Because guess what? Even though the Patriots look old, they got playoff experience. So they're going to be able to do what they got to do. And moving on, the Seahawks lost to the Cowboys on Saturday. And in this game, I'm going to tell y'all this right now. Normally in football, you won the football to set up your passing game, to set up your play action, right? That's normally what you do. And even if it's not working, you keep doing it. You keep running the ball. You keep feeding your running back until lanes start to open up, until you're able to move on and pass the ball out of play action and get your quarterback ready. But obviously, first quarter, they're doing the same thing. All right, maybe it's going to break. Maybe the defensive line of the Cowboys, which is good, which is one of the best defensive lines in the NFL, maybe it's going to break then. Second quarter came, nothing happening. Third quarter came, nothing happening. At some point, a light got to go off on Pete Carroll's head that, listen, it's not happening. You got to pass the ball. Russell Wilson is a proven quarterback. Underrated at times. He won himself a Super Bowl. Should have won 2. Obviously, we all know about that play on the 1-yard line with Marshawn Lynch, and they ain't handing the ball. So now you choose to win the daggone football when you could have done the same thing back in the Super Bowl and you would have had a dynasty. I just don't understand it. I really don't. They should have let Russell Wilson do his thing because Doug Baldwin, he knows how to make plays. He's a good wide receiver. Tyler Lockett, he's a fast wide receiver. You got to do something. You got to do something. All right, look at this. Rashard Penny, 4 carries of 29 yards. 13 carries and 20 yards for Chris Carson. That ain't beating no Cowboys. That is not beating no Cowboys right there. And then to cap off the weekend, you had Andrew Luck, who defeated the Texans, throwing for 222 yards. I'm going to tell you something right now, as a real football fan. When Tom Brady decides to hang up his cleats, when Drew Brees decides to hang up his cleats, when Aaron Rodgers decides to do that, Andrew Luck is going to be the best quarterback in the NFL. I'm letting y'all know that right now. He will be. Why? Because he has a strong arm. He brought teams that was worse than the team that he has now to the daggone AFC Championship game. And listen, this is the best team he has ever had. So you know what? I'm going to do something real quick. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick the Colts to beat Kansas City this weekend. How much you want to bet? I know we want to talk about Pat Mahomes, MVP candidate. I know we want to do all that. But I'm letting y'all know right now, Andrew Luck and the Colts is going to beat the 49ers. Thank you, my brother. You see, we know it. We know it. We football fans, we know the deal. We know the deal. You tune into the Real Leel Show, ladies and gentlemen. All right? That was Wild Card Weekend, and it's time for me to get into some more stuff. Obviously, you had the national championship. We had the national championship on this Monday. We all know Clemson. Clemson, ladies. How many of y'all thought Clemson was going to win that national championship? I'm pretty sure nobody. And not only did they win it, they gave Alabama an old Southern beatdown. All right? Nick Saban got out coached by Dabo Swinney. And I'm going to tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you this right now. Trevor Lawrence is a true freshman. All right? He's a true freshman. And I'm letting you know right now, he's the best quarterback prospect I have ever seen. And I'm not a prisoner of the moment type of dude, ladies and gentlemen. We live in this generation where, somebody get hot and, he's the best thing that was ever made. I'm not a prisoner of the moment type of dude. But I'm letting y'all know right now from the Real Leel Show. Remember this. Take some notes. Write it down. Trevor Lawrence is the best quarterback prospect I have ever seen, and he's going to be the first pick in the draft when he decides to come out. Obviously, he can't come out now because he's a true freshman, and football is different from college basketball. You know about the one and done. There's no one and done in football. But I'm telling you right now, if they was, I would have made the call right after the game to get Trevor Lawrence right over there for an interview, and he would be my team. Giants, Eli Manning, he washed up. he washed up. I would have called him. All right? Who else? Who else need quarterbacks? There's a lot of teams that need quarterbacks, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot. I would have done that. But look at this. 347 yards, 3 touchdowns against Alabama. Roll Tide. And Tua threw 2 picks. I'm going to tell you right now, after that first pick six, I mean, there was only one pick six, but on the pick six in the first quarter, when Clemson took that to the house, I said to myself, this game is over. I know it was only 7-0, but I'm telling you one thing right now. Sports is a confidence builder. Once you make plays, and it gets you ready. Because Clemson came into the stadium, they look like a deer in the headlights. And once they got that interception, I called my dad up, who's a sports fan, and I said, you know what, Pops? It's over. Clemson will win this game. He's like, no, hold your, listen, Clemson gonna win this game. Why? Because I just seen it. I just seen it. All right, they got our coach. Their defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. Trevor Lawrence, Justin Ross. Let's get this cat in here. He had 6 receptions for 153 yards and 1 touchdown. That one-handed catch. Ladies and gentlemen, he could have did that blindfolded. So my thing is here, it's up to Alabama now. You was a dynasty. We all know about you. But how you going to rebound from this? Or you going to do the necessary homework during the offseason? Because Clemson, ladies and gentlemen, they here to stay. Their main group of guys are freshmen and sophomores. They will be back. And that's going to be, they're a dynasty. I'll go ahead and say that. They won a championship 2 years ago. They beat all these good teams. They beat LSU in the Chick-fil-A Bowl. Pretty sure y'all ain't heard of that, but, you know, they beat LSU. You know what I'm saying? Clemson is going to be here to stay. So, Alabama lost, and guess what? They can't blame nobody but themselves. You never go nowhere as a big favorite. Listen, if I'm a favorite, right? If I'm a boxer, and I'm the favorite to knock this guy out, right? First round, everybody telling me I'm going to knock him out first, second round. Listen, I'm going to make it seem like it's going to be a competitive fight. I'm not going to go in here and be cocky, start dancing around the ring. You know, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make it seem like, you know, it's going to be a good fight. Why? Because at the end of the day, you can never underestimate your opponent. And that's when it comes to sports. Never underestimate your opponent. And Alabama, to me, they were cocky. And guess what? Clemson came there and pushed them right in the mouth. And now we have the score 43-16 that we have. Ladies and gentlemen, that's sports for you. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make my predictions for the divisional round this weekend. Starting it off, you have the Chiefs at home against the Colts. I already explained. I believe the Colts is going to win that game 38-31 right there. The second game you have, all right, you have a night game. You have the Rams at home against the Dallas Cowboys. Do we got any Dallas Cowboys fans out here? I hope not. Better put that hand down. All right, good. We don't got no Dallas Cowboys fans out here. Good. All right. You a Cowboys fan? Yeah, that's my brother. My dad is a Cowboys fan, too, so I understand that, man. I got Dallas Cowboys in my family, all right? And you know what? It hurts me to say this. It pains me, but the Cowboys is going to win that game. Why? Because their defensive line is good. Is Zeke the freak? All they got to do is feed that brother. That brother is hungry. He need to find his way to 5 spot because he's hungry. And he will be eating then. And guess what? Zeke, if you watching this or if somebody get you this tape, come to the 5 spot, y'all. Come to the you and the Cowboys. And he going to be eating then. I got the Cowboys winning that game. I don't got a particular score in my head. But I do believe, even though the Rams is at home, we have a lot of Cowboys fans out there in the Coliseum. And I do believe it's going to be like a home game for the Cowboys. And, you know, Dak Prescott, he's going to make the necessary plays. Ezekiel's going to set him up well. And I got the Cowboys winning that game. Now, going on to Sunday, we have the Patriots at home versus the Chargers. I believe this is a 50-50 game. Chargers are a good team. Phillip Rivers, this is his best team yet. The Patriots, we all know about their history. All right, it ain't a mystery, their history, ladies and gentlemen. But you know what? I'm going to go with the GOAT. I'm going to go with the GOAT. Tom Brady, the best, one of the best living Americans in the world. Tom Brady, the golden boy. He got the model wife, Giselle. He got Giselle. You know, who wouldn't want to be Tom Brady? Luxury life, got a mansion down the block from CeeLo Green. model wife, championship winning. I mean, who wouldn't want to be Tom Brady? I'm going with the Patriots to win that game by a touchdown. And to cap it off, you have the defending champs, the Eagles, on the road against the Who Dat Nation, the Saints. I don't know what Eagles team we're going to see. All right? As far as I'm concerned, the Eagles are the underdog here. But one thing I would say in this NFL season, the transparency from NFC to AFC is unlike anything I've seen before. There is no perfect team in the NFL right now. All right, the closest team you could probably say is the Saints, and they're not perfect. The Steelers should have won that game. Guys didn't know how to make fundamental football plays and hold on to the daggone ball. You can line yourself up for a field goal. They don't know how to do that. So there's no perfect team in the NFL. So with that being said, the Saints is not a given to win this game. The Eagles or the defending champs, and they will be ready. Nick Foles magic, all right? It ain't tragic. So I'm going to go with the Saints to win this game at home. In a closer game, obviously they played early in the year. It was 45-3. I'm hoping we don't see that. If we see that, I'm going right to bed. I'm letting y'all know that right now because I don't care to watch it if it's like that. So I got the Saints winning this game. And now to cap my show off, I want to get into a little bit of R.Kelly because obviously I dive into pop culture too. So when you tune into the Real Leel Show, you get a variety of things. You get the politics, you get the sports, you get the pop culture. So you know what? I'm going to talk about this R.Kelly thing. All right? We all know about the documentary out, Surviving R.Kelly. And it's just crazy how we could have, Bill Cosby in jail, all these other cats that deserve to be in jail, but R.Kelly is still on the loose. Master P, right? He made a good point that I totally agree with. All right? If my children are being locked up away, I'm burning that house down. That's what he said. They shouldn't need to do that. All right? I really want to see more effort from these parents. I know they love their kids. But at some point, man, shoot, if I got to do the time to get my kids out of there, guess what? I got to do the daggone time. I'm keeping it real here, right? And one thing I want to, bring out is in this generation of social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you have to almost do overtime when it comes to your parental skills, teaching your kids, the dangers of this world. Because there's a lot of predators out here. There's a lot of crazy people out here. And it's almost like you have to work overtime. So one thing I want to make a point is that we got to change as a society. We really do. And we have to stand up for our women, especially our sisters. Because if that was some white girls that R.Kelly had, you cannot tell me he wouldn't be in jail right now. He would have been the sex slave. I'm keeping it real. You cannot tell me. So you see, Bill Cosby, those allegations, there was some white girls. His behind is in jail. So R.Kelly, because his sisters, they don't care. They really don't care at all. At all. It's unbelievable. It's really unbelievable. They really do not care at all. All right, listen, I'm 21 years old. Right now, seeing all these things going on, I don't even know if I want kids. But if I did, I'm going to be on them like the FBI. I really am, because it's crazy. And I want to point out Charlemagne the God. I'm going to call him Charlemagne the Clown for his statement that he made, all right? I really do. Talking about Aaliyah and R.Kelly, that was the best sex tape of all time. Listen, it ain't about that, all right? Whatever analogy you making in your head, whatever thing you want to crown, something like that, you keep it in your own perspective, your own mind. You don't say that out loud. And you known to be a realist, right? You the realest cat out here. You the realest dude. No, you're Charlemagne the Clown, as far as I'm concerned. All right? That does not matter at all. At all. All right? And to the celebrities that, did music with R.Kelly and didn't want to be on a documentary, screw y'all. Honestly. Because you see John Legend, he ain't scared. He ain't scared at all. So screw y'all. All right? One thing we got to make this a point in the community is that we need to stop supporting cats that, don't need support. That's like Kanye West, for example. Slavery was a choice? Are you kidding me? Slavery was a choice. I don't understand that. And guess what? We still bump this brother music. Listen, I know this cat got a great catalog. You know, Through the Wire, all them good songs. Listen, I heard that song come on last night, right? Through the Wire. And I was so tempted to listen to that. So I'm like, Through the Wire. Then you know what? I was like, you know what, Jaleel, you got to take it off. You can't listen. Don't support a brother that don't care nothing about y'all. All right? Maybe he do care about the black community. But the brother don't daggone read. The brother don't read. So in my estimation, he could have been a daggone slave. That's what I got to say about that. But ladies and gentlemen, definitely tune into my show, The Real Leel Show. Listen, I get in depth. I know sports. That's what I do. I've been raised to, you know, talk about these sports. This is what I want to do with my life. College football, basketball, professionals, the collegiate level. That's what I do. I get to it. I know what I'm talking about. I got my facts to back it up. So one thing you want to do, ladies and gentlemen, is subscribe. I got a YouTube channel at Real Leel Sports, RealLeel Sports. Definitely subscribe to that. That's where you will get your latest updates. So when I do live streams, because even outside S.Street Media, I do regular live streams on a regular basis, talking about pop culture topics, sports, all that. You get all that. I got an Instagram, the same name, Real Leel Sports, Real_Leel, LEEL_sports. So you could definitely check that out. And I would definitely, you know, do what I do, which is keep it real. So ladies and gentlemen, all I want to say is enjoy your food, whatever you're doing right here. Because guess what? It's about to get started. And we got a lot of great shows that are coming up. My brother, he got a podcast coming up tonight. Nobody put us on. And guess what? I'm about to put y'all on before he put y'all on. All right? But with that, I'm out, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in.
It's a sticker pick and get. Every day I'm coming forward, oh, and that's a sure bet. They ain't count me until I started to count out though. Whole gang with me, we cooking to make it out though. Killer B, kill, got chair, homie is cutthroat.
Shout out to R.kelly, shout out to Real Leel Show,
Yo!
Jamaica Jello Show, shout out to the House of Hip Hop, shout out to D-Light, my man Joe Fatal, the 5 spot on Myrtle and Washington Ave.
Call Anthony Towns 13 points. That's not gonna cut it for me, y'all. Call Anthony Towns 13 points is not gonna cut it for me. No. It's not gonna cut the piece of the pie, my brother. I expect the guy and call Anthony Towns, the guy that the franchise is built around, all right, the guy that got the multi-million-dollar deal just now, the guy that's the highest player on that team. I expect call Anthony Towns to give me more than 13 points. I'm just being real here. I expect it, all right? At least 20 points a game for me. All right, that is the main guy. So we'll see what happens. But KD, please come to the New York Knicks. Save us from what has been a long time of heartache, disappointment, or anything, you name it. Please, KD, come over here to New York. All right, come over here to the Knicks. Get MSG rocking again. Please.